Joanna Couch. I am the soap gal. In this episode, we are going to be talking about masterbatching. What is masterbatching? That is when you multiply whatever amount of oil or lye you need, so you can do multiple logs or slabs or blocks of soap at one time. So you're only gathering your materials and measuring everything out at one time. So in our past video, we talked about masterbatching your lye and creating a lye solution. And if you like to see that video, that's my second video that I did. You could just go back to the Soap Gal channel and check it out. But for this video, we are going to talk about masterbatching your oils. It's another huge time-saving technique. So I got my recipe together, and we are going to be doing enough oil for one block of soap. Yes, I know that's not really master batching for myself, but it gives you the principle. Normally I would take this recipe, multiply it by 4, and then that way I'd be able to do 4 blocks at a time. So let's get to it. The first thing that you do when you're going to be master batching your recipe, which is your oil part of your recipe, you are going to take however many slabs, logs, blocks you're going to do, and you go into your software. I personally use SoapMaker 3. I love that software. It is such a time saver, and my business has completely changed since I got that software. And you take your recipe and you go over to resizing it, and you click on however many logs, slabs, blocks you're going to make, and you put on that amount. So let's say you're doing 4 slabs. You type in 4 slabs, you have your mold size there, you push calculate, and when it goes to calculate, all of a sudden it shows you how much oil you need to master batch. And that's basically what master batching is. So once you have your recipe there, then you're going to go and gather your oils. And like I said in the past, I use Costco oil. I have searched high and low for oil, olive oil, that's less expensive than Costco. And if you know of a source that's less expensive than Costco, tell this girl. I want to know. I go through so much Costco oil. You would think they'd give me a discount, Costco. So here is my Costco oil for this. And then you put your bucket on your scale, and you zero it out, and then I've already opened up all this oil, and you just take the oil, click off the tops, and then you just measure it out. So let's do that. Look at that liquid gold. Woo! There goes our oil. We have a few more times. Master batching is just absolutely, this is the first thing that I do normally on Monday morning, is I take however much soap I need to make for that week, and I measure out all my oils. And because I normally do 4 cases of oil, I thought for this video I'll just do 1 case. Okay, so there's our olive oil. And then I take it over to my pot tipper. And I only pour out part of it because my next oil is castor, and castor is a thick oil, and I don't want it to be hard to move. So I'm going to take that, get my castor. Now every soap recipe I would believe would need castor oil in it. I love castor. Castor oil is a bubble booster, and you need to have between 5 and 10% in every recipe. Just a little piece of advice. So let's get our castor oil. Okay, we have our castor oil. Now we'll pour the rest of the olive and castor into the pot. Our next oil is going to be coconut oil. Coconut oil is a nice hard oil, and it helps also with the lather of a bar of soap. So we'll start with this. Okay, we have 24 pounds. We need to get a little bit more. So right here is our organic coconut oil. We get our oil from, if you want, you could show them the label. This is where we get our organic coconut oil. Okay, it's a little tricky. Smell that warm coconut oil. Oh, it smells so good. And it's all food grade. It's just amazing organic coconut oil. So there's that. Let's keep measuring. And you just dump this in. Okay, then after you do, you mix it all together. So now that all of our oils are master batched and blended, let's say that your recipe calls for 3 pounds of oil. All you would do from that point is just dump out 3 pounds of oil, and you could use a 5-gallon bucket. That was the first thing that I used to master batch my oils in. I would use a 5-gallon bucket for my oils, and then I would actually use this rubber pitcher for my lye. I love this rubber pitcher. So what I would do when I first started out making master batching my recipe, at that time I was making goat milk soap, and I still make goat milk soap. What I would do is I would take my ice, and I would measure out 2 pounds of ice, and then 2 pounds of lye, like this right here. I'd take this 2 pounds of lye and put it over my ice, mix it up, and then I'd have my lye solution in here. And then my oils, I would just measure out a 5-gallon bucket at a time worth of oil, just like I showed you with whatever your oils are in your recipe. Mine has always been coconut, olive, shea butter, castor. And then for my shea butter, because I only master batched my oils for my coconut, olive, and castor, I just add my shea butter to the recipe, and then that way it's perfect every time. I have a great base. And I would just measure out what I need out of that. And then for my goat's milk, I would just add in my goat's milk, add in my lye solution, mix it up, add my colors, put in my mold. Now that you understand the principles of master batching, which is a time-saving technique for soap making, you have your 5-gallon bucket and a pitcher for your lye solution. If you don't use goat's milk or a hydrosol or something like that, and you need to add your extra water, I use this. This is just a pitcher I got from the water store, and then I'm able to just come over and measure out the extra liquid that I need for my lye solution. If you are a large production soap maker, after I make all my batches of soap, how I store it, I don't use a oil tank. I use a floor scale, and I turn on my floor scale and I zero it out, and I just leave it in a empty drum. Since you are a large production, you put it in a drum. And if you have palm oil and other oils that you're concerned that might solidify, what you do is you use a heat pan. So in the winter, I have 2 heat pans around it, and that keeps all my oil solidified. And then that way, you don't have to get an oil tank. You can spend your money on a lye tank. It's absolutely amazing. I love lye tank. So my name is Joanna Couch. I am the soap gal, and I think our next video we're going to show you how to put all this stuff together. Your master batch oils, your lye, your goat's milk, and we're going to be making some slabs. Looking forward to see you then.